Okay, let me start the recording. See, I got some issues with my vocal cord, so my sound is not that great. It's the continuation of the cold that I catch at the beginning of this week. Yesterday, I was not even able to talk. So on Monday, when I was talking too much, I had issues yesterday. I couldn't talk at all. So today, I won't be trying to not talk too much, rather. Rather, at the beginning, I'll just point it out some of the PowerPoint slides, and then we're going to point out what you're going to do. And our goal is to finish as much as possible chapter 10, okay? Almost done in that phase. There are two more chapters left, chapter 11 and 12. Those are actually not that relevant in terms of the actual drawing itself. After we are done with chapter 10, basically we are done with the AutoCAD. Okay, there is chapter 11 and 12 is one for dimensioning and another is for plotting. We're going to still learn them, but they shouldn't take that much of time. Okay, within a week or so that should be done. So either way, we should be done with everything by week 12 beginning. Okay, but week 12 we should be starting the project. As talking with individuals, so many of you have interest to deal with their own project, and they had some idea. I was giving them instructions. I'm encouraging to others to do the same. If you have something to share, just let me know. Okay, that's 1 second. Sorry, guys. My mom is sick, so it's emergency. I have to take up the call. My sister was calling. Um, hey. All right, so come back again where we started. I was talking about the plan. Again, how many of you came to me with the project? One, two. Amira, you didn't came to me with the project, but you said you started with the project, right? You wanna start your own, or you want me to assign to you? Me assign to you? Okay, perfect. What about others? Anybody else want to do the project by yourself? Let me give you some brief. Yeah, you, Lucas, and Angel wants to do the project by yourself. I was talking with Caleb. Caleb wants to do the same. Okay, let me give you some idea about the projects. Okay, Jen, you missed so many classes, but you watched the video lecture. You are up to speed. You are up to speed, right? There's no issue. You know everything, right? So perfect. You don't hear? You don't hear me?
No, I hear you. I'm just not
You are not, yeah. I, I, I have a voice issue. I have cold. Okay, that's why my voice is not too loud today. Maybe you can come from I have issue, cold, voice issue. Okay, I'm not talking. I'm talking there. All right. So what I was saying, Aiden, you have anything in plan? So let me give you a little bit brief about the project. Okay, so some of the project. Now, I'm not going to specify who will do what. Okay, 3 students came up to me about the project. Okay, so just to tell you like what are they are thinking about the project. So two different kinds of project people are thinking. One is just doing a floor plan for a restaurant. Another is doing a floor plan for a house, right? So let's go one by one. So if we're gonna go for a house, okay, what do you want to do, like, you know, if it could be a single family house or apartment, that doesn't really matter. Okay, but project for a class project, the apartment could be enough as well. But what you're going to do, the important point here is to draw the floor plan first, which could be easiest thing, right? When you're going to draw the floor plan, you may have the source, means like the floor plan drawing already with you, you can recreate. Or if it doesn't have it to you, then you can basically get tape measure and measure everything for the house and get the floor plan jotted out in a paper and then start to draw it. Okay, or if you don't have a tape measure and it feels like too much clumsy, too much work for you, you can kind of guesstimate. You know, like if you're gonna ask me how far this room is a little bigger, it's a little bit difficult. I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna go 20 by 20, something like that. 25 by 20 feet. So guesstimate will work as well. Okay, but either way, you have the measurements and you can draw the floor plan. Now, drawing the floor plan wouldn't be that much difficult. Okay, still there are some components like the doors, windows, and everything that you're gonna put with the appropriate places. This could be challenging stuff. Okay, a little bit challenge there, and there could be multiple rooms if you say apartment, 3 bedroom or 2 bedroom. Okay, with the living room, kitchen, and everything. Okay, you're gonna put everything with the bathrooms, everything, right? Okay, now after you're done with that, the challenge is going to come with the object, right, at the block. So what I'm telling about the blocks, the block could be like the furnitures, right, the kitchen equipment, the bathroom appliance, or bathroom toilet, sink, basin, bathtub, all those things, right? It makes sense. So those blocks, as we are doing chapter 10, we already have some idea how to import those blocks, okay, from our existing source, right? If you're missing any class, just watch the video lecture. We did extensively cover that, okay? That chapter 10 is so important. If you just miss all the classes, just read through chapter 10, okay? Top, front to back, you'd be understanding how to deal with the blocks. Okay, first of all, as I'm saying, some of the blocks are already over there, so you can kind of grab it and put it over there, right? Now not necessarily that those blocks, like say as an example, sink or a bathtub or the stove are the same size of yours, right? So if those are not same size, maybe you'd like to modify them. We did learn how to modify the blocks, okay, or maybe you can create the blocks. Creating blocks is a little challenging. We have learned as well how to create the blocks, okay. So I would say don't overkill or don't go overboard yourself, okay, because this is a class project. It's not like you're doing it for real-time project for your work or job. So just try to minimize those efforts, but it should be presentable, means as much as like you have the blocks by default, you'd like to use them, as many possible, right? Default blocks. Maybe 1 or 2 blocks you want to explore by yourself, okay? That would be my suggestions. Maybe you would like to modify your drawing based on those blocks, existing blocks, right? Because the existing blocks might have the stop size defined, bathtub size defined. Your bathtub could be a different size. There are thousands different or millions different sizes, right? Who knows? Bottom line, you'd like to use the default blocks which is already there in the platform, right? I did show to you kitchen and bath appliance, right? Everybody remember? So there are so many blocks already there. There are furniture blocks. I'd like to show you some of the furniture blocks, and I mean as much as you can do. You understand? So that's for the floor plan for a house or apartment or residential house. And if you're gonna go to a restaurant, like I was giving an example with Park Pro restaurant. If anybody been visited Park Pro restaurant in Clarkson, in Boston? Okay, I mean it doesn't. You don't need to go over there. But in that restaurant, why I was saying that they renovated it during COVID period, and it's a wonderful place to design because it does have some conference room inside the restaurant, right? If you are interested with the restaurant, you may want to visit Boston if you have access of car or whatever. Okay, so they have this conference room. They have the bathrooms over there, like 2 or 3, whatever I forgot, and they have this open space for sittings, right? Different kinds of sittings. They have sofas, table, chairs, all sorts of things. They have the kitchen, small open kitchen, right? They have the counters, everything that you can put it in the drawing. And I did say, like, if you feel like you'd like to go really overboard, then you can include the MEP. Right? We didn't learn MEP directly, but MEP is you had the basic skill, like MEP could include mechanical, electrical, and plumbing, right? And again, these are all optional. Okay, I'm going to tell you my grading standard, so that you understand what I'm saying. Okay, so MEPs and everything that I'm saying, I may give you like if you're going to add those things, 10% extra bonus points or something like that. That is not required, right? But the required thing that I want is like for a restaurant I was talking, right? The floor plan for the restaurant, right? Maybe some interior space inside for bathrooms and the conference rooms or whatever, right? And some space allocated for the kitchen, right? And some of the seating areas by importing the blocks, like the block chapter that we are doing. Okay, as long as you're doing that, it should be fine. Okay, again, my expectation is not too high, just to give you assurance, right? As long as I'm seeing like you have the doors, windows, floor plans with a signed area and some blocks, you are good with the project. Everyone understand? And you can overboard yourself. Now that I give you a clear idea about what other students are doing, right, for projects, how many of you wanted to do their own project? You want to do your own project? 3 of you want to do one project. Ryan, you want to do your own project? Or you want me to assign to you? I'm going to do that for sure. Aiden, you want to do your own project? You want me to assign? I'm going to do. Ethan, Evan or Ethan? Evan, right? Evan, you want me to assign, right? All right. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 students who are going to do their own project. Okay. So when I'm saying you're doing your own project, you don't have any restrictions to wait for it like until week 12. You can literally start it right away. Does it make sense? That the explanation I was giving, based on that, again, the expectation is not too high. Okay, don't get scared. Just start doing it. Just let me know what you want to do. Okay, 3 students already talk with me. The others may want to talk with me as well. Okay, is it clear? My voice, as I was explaining, some of you came a little late. I mean, has effect on the from the cold, right? So I'm on the verge of not talking. Okay, if I'm going to talk too much, I would have canceled this class, but I have the conference coming, and there will be another class is going to get canceled. Okay, on week 12, right? So I have to go North Carolina Raleigh. So for conference. I really don't want to miss the class, but my main intention is to finish this chapter 10. Okay, so I'll talk minimum. Okay, first class agenda I'm talking now. The class agenda for today's class is I'm going to go through the slides, right? The remainders, the slides for this class, okay? And then I'm going to do some exercise, the exercise that I left off in last class. I'm going to pick up from there, and I'll expect you to follow more from the books and finish the exercise. And I'm going to walk around and I'll try to help my best, okay? But yeah, that's the plan. Any question? Yes.
Did you get my email?
Huh?
Did you get my email?
Today?
Yes.
Yeah. No. But chapter 10 is what is happening today. Okay, Philip. So what you're gonna do is like after you end the class, finish chapter 10 from the book, okay?
And also, I'll two things.
Okay, all right, okay, perfect. Okay, if no question, then I'll just move on. So inserting blocks, I was talking about this before, so I just want to skip this. I'm gonna go directly. So we have done all those things: door, windows, dynamic blocks. Dynamic blocks means we change the size of the blocks. Okay, we did everything. Okay, and then we did talk about the design center heavily in last class, right? Remember the bathtub sinks and everything we imported, and there's this exercise. We started with all those exercise, and the last one I left to you to do it, okay, for homework. And the homework I'm gonna assign it God will today, okay, and then that will be due sometimes next week. This is one of the most important homework that you're doing, chapter 10 homework, okay? So pay attention on that. That would be homework number 11, okay? I've seen some of you submitted the late homework, okay? If it's too late, then I'm going to take out some of the points because of the late homeworks, right? Just to be fair with everyone's. And the latest one, I'll start grading today, okay? So that's the plan, God will. All right, so then moving on, creating blocks. I did start on that one as well. Remember, we did create the bolt head bolts, right? Top of the screws, those things. Right blocks. So this thing we did in last class. So okay, so then creating blocks 10.2.1. There are some exercise. I did start on one of them, I remember. Okay, and then attaching external reference. So this is what we're gonna do from here. We're gonna try to finish these two today, okay, and one of these here, okay, attaching external reference. Okay, what is external reference? Okay, this is a new thing. I'd like to give you some of the brief about the external reference. Say you are doing it two different ways. External reference. One is again when I'm saying external reference is the block. One is you are importing the block, okay, and attaching it, or you are doing overlay. Means when you are not seeing anything there. I'm sorry. Just one second. By the way, this is in record, and the same problem happened. Somebody forgot to turn off, and pretty much every day we are facing this issue. I don't know the solution, really. I bring the IT people so many times, no luck happening. I told them to put some instructions, nothing is happening. People are not following that part. And you've seen that. Anyway, hopefully we don't have to suffer this today anymore. All right, perfect. We are good. We don't have to suffer. So external reference. So let me give you the highlights. So attach a drawing as an external reference. Okay, what does it mean? So the block that you'd like to attach. If you are attaching a block, then if you're gonna change it or move it, the block will be always with that. Okay, so you can update the external reference means the block, right? You can upload or reload the blocks. You can detach the external reference, what means you can delete that block, okay, from the drawing. So those are the external block thing, okay. And there's this instruction how you're going to do it. You're going to go to the insert reference, external reference. Okay, let me show it to you quickly where you can find it. So you're going to go insert, you're going to click here, right? Okay, and you see that's where you're going to attach. Now different way you can attach, like the drawing file, image file, you know, PDF, and so many things. Literally you can attach anything in your drawing. Okay, so I'm going to go in detail on that just here. As you can see, once you're going to click one of these, then it will going to ask you where is your drawing. Okay, let me see if I can find it somewhere. So download. Yes, dining table. That's what they're showing. Did you see the similar thing what you're seeing in the PowerPoint, right? And again, where it is located, everybody remember?
Class exercises.
Yeah, there is this under this class size. I uploaded a zip file. Okay, you gotta import it, extract it, and you should be getting everything over there. Okay, and if you have electronic book, I did show it to you where it is located, right? You can download it from the website as well. But bottom line, once you're gonna open it, you're gonna be seeing something very similar what you're seeing here. Okay, and there are other stuffs that you'll be doing, like updating the external reference, right? Updating the external reference, then uploading, reloading, and all sorts of things. We're gonna learn it, okay, in detail. Okay, once you're gonna import that and do changes over there, and then you're gonna right click here, right? And you can able to change. It's not here yet, but once I'm gonna bring it over there, then it should be able to change, right? And there are some exercises. We're gonna do just one of the exercise, and there is this importing PDF files. I'm not gonna have time for that. That's probably the last thing. That's probably the first thing that we'll be doing in next class. Okay. Any question up to this? Everybody have an idea about the PowerPoint? If you do, then what I'm gonna do next? I'm gonna open up the book. Okay. And we're gonna explore. Everybody would like to open their book, okay? Just like the way I'm doing. If you have a physical book, just open it. If you have electronic book, open it this way. Okay, I'm trying to remember at what point I did end up in last class. I think this is where, just one second. We did finish this one for sure. Alright, it is taking forever to load. Yep, finally it did came. Alright, so this is what we'll be doing today. Alright, so what is this? 10.2.2. Now everybody know where those files are located. Under 10.2.2 there are two of them. One is 10.2.2a, one is 10.2.2b. So you want to open both of them. Okay, so let me do that. Okay, so I'm gonna go there, open this 10. Okay, so 10 point, you see 10.2.2. Open this one, and again open the other one, which is 10.2.2b. So now you have these two drawings here. Everybody have the same thing? I'm gonna do a quick walk around and see if everybody have it. You need help from me. What is it done like that? You started with the project and see?
I'm just finishing chapter 12.
Yeah, 12, okay.
Yeah, I'm going through the book.
Okay, perfect. That's the right way to deal with that. Those who are a little advanced, my suggestion would be once you're done with chapter 10, just finish chapter 11 and 12 because those are very straightforward in the plotting and the things that you mentioned. Okay, once you're done with that, then start the project. Okay, then you'll be free and then you don't have to worry about anything. Okay, so this is not good. You are done with the book? Chapter 12? Are you agree? You're done with the book? You're done with chapter 10? Almost? You did work by yourself, right? At home? Okay, are you agree? You're done with how much? Like up to this point, or will you progress further? Okay, even how much you agree? You are with class or you progress further from class? Okay. I feel like you guys are kind of advanced. So you can actually start finish up the book, okay, by this week. So from next week you can focus on that project. You know what I'm saying? So no more panic. So when you're gonna come to the class, I'm gonna still teach it chapter 11 and 12, but it doesn't bother you. You can start with the project and you can talk with me, okay? You understand what I'm saying? So finish chapter 11 and 12 at your own pace, right? It doesn't take that much of time by this week. You know, we can come next week still, and we can start doing the project over here, okay? And I'll feel more excited if you want to go from 11. So like, you know, final week could be for final week 14, but this 3 weeks you can finish the project with the A's, okay? That is my suggestion. And then the same thing is for you too as well. Like finish everything by this week, okay? All the book, like, you know, we done in chapter 10 anyway almost. So chapter 11 and 12 by this week, finish them by yourself. Okay, from next week, you can start doing the project in class, okay? Still, I'll be teaching 11 and 12, right? As a like, you know, I have to do it anyway, but it don't bother you. You can just study the project, you understand? Yeah, definitely. I can come and, you know, talk about it. You understand what I'm saying? You are very advanced as well. So what you can do, finish, once you finish teaching here, like this week, finish 11 and 12 by yourself, okay? And then start the project from next week. You're going to come in class, then we're going to start projects. I can help you person. But, you know, when I'll be here in class, I'll be dealing with chapter 11 and 12 here as well, okay? What? The project? No, this is the class. No, you are kind of class. During the class time. You do the project or this class material, whatever you do, you don't have the class. Okay? That you will have a connection with another person. If you have questions about the project or whatever, I can help you. That's my suggestion. Yeah, I'm not restricting too much with the attendance of the class. You might have noticed already. But as it felt like, you know, if you come to the class, it's the 2 hours allocated for you to deal with this class, right? If you come to the class, it will going to help you more, okay? And I'm not restricting you to just follow exactly what I'm saying. If you're advanced, like, you know, so many of them are advanced and finish everything almost, but I don't bother them, okay? They're doing their own pace. It makes sense? So when you're going to come to the class, you know, you can actually literally do your own work with the project, and you can ask me help, okay? You know what I'm saying? Help is the suggestions, like, yeah, this is the way you should be doing. So that could be more helpful to you. All right? But don't miss the class. If you miss the class, you'll be probably sleeping 2 hours at home, and then, you know, it will not going to help you. Does it make sense? If you're staying at home. Okay. Let's deal with that. Okay, so this first one, I've seen everybody opened it, perfect. So first thing, I'm gonna go exactly by instruction what they have. So there's number 2, it says you gotta do these 3 endpoint, midpoint, center, and the intersection as running object snap. You know what those are. So you're gonna click on the snap. You're gonna make sure endpoint, midpoint, and center. I do have geometric center. I'm gonna take it out. Node, take it out. Intersection, tangent, take it out. Okay, those 4 are chosen. Then they say it's confirmed the fastener is the current layer. So then you're gonna go to the home and make sure the fastener is the current layer. Okay. All right. Lucas, how do you like this book?
I love it.
I love it also.
Yeah.
I've been over the years using so many books. It's like so self-explanatory, right? It's like wonderful. It's stepwise. Brian, you like the book?
Yeah.
It's so good. All right, so let's move on. So the fasteners, and then then you wanna go here under this insert tab, right? Then the block definition, so which is here, right? And write the block. So the place where you're gonna write the block, you're gonna click here, right? And then it does have 2 options: create the block or write the block. Okay, so you're gonna write the block. Okay, so it just says it may necessarily click the create block drop down arrow to access the write the block. Now other way you can do that, write the block, you can simply type here on the command window W and press enter. So it should be showed up to you. Does it show up to you, everyone? Write the block. If it doesn't, you go 2 way. One is go to insert and then go to block definition and then go to create block. There is the arrow down, click there, and you should be seeing write the block. Okay, if you don't see that, type W in the command window, press enter, you should be seeing it.
Type what? Type what?
W for write the block, right? W. In the command window, write W, press enter. It should pop up. Everybody got it? All right, perfect. All right, so then W is for write block. Okay, there's the shortcut. So in this write block dialog box open, you have this source confirm that object is selected. So you see you have four sections actually. So for the source, you are going to choose this object as it is default, and for the base point, it says here either you can specify a specific point by assigning the coordinates x, y, and z, or you can pick up the points, right? And in the object you have like different options as well. I'll talk more about it, but let's follow the lead. So number 5 is confirm the object is created, the object is selected. So object is selected, and then under base point, pick points. So there is a pick point thing. You click on that, immediately that pop-up goes away, and now you got to pick the center of this bolt head. Everybody see that? Once you're gonna click on the center, it did came back again. Okay, the pop-up. Then going to step 7, which is the center is selected. Now step 8 is the object. Now you're gonna go to the object. Okay, so under the object, pick the select object. So this thing, and then it says here select all the geometry used to create the Phillips head screw. So you'll be selecting everything. All right, do you see how I'm doing it? Bottom line, you just have to save it. All right, perfect. And then select all the geometry which you did, then press enter. Okay, and then I'm pressing enter. Once you press enter, that thing again pop up. Okay, this right block window came back again. All right, so then you see under the object, select the retain option. So you see this retain option is there. So you just have to, what does retain does? Retain will gonna keep the object that you selected. Okay, that means once you create this as an object, okay, this original one, whatever is here, will be always there, but that object can be copied and put it to a place where you'd like to put it. Does it make sense? So that's the retain is doing. Retain is retaining. Okay, all right, and then you have under the destination, click the browse button. Okay, the browse drawing dialog box open, and then browse to the location of the dataset files and enter Phillips flathead screw top for the file name. So this one is a little confusing. Okay, so please follow my lead if you are confusing at this stage. So you're gonna click here, these 3 dots. Okay, and it says here you'd like to save that block that you're writing to a location where you'd like to save it. It really doesn't matter, your choice. You will first need to go to the location, right? So I don't know, for me, I'll probably go to where my things are, which is in download, right? And I have everything here. I can actually put it here as well, but I'm gonna put it like, here inside, where actually my everything is here, right? And then they were saying, you know what, the block name should be Phillips flathead screw top. Okay, you see, now what, after I did the save, you got to make sure the final thing is the unit. There's so many, right? So you want to make sure it's in inches. Okay, once you're done with that selection, and then you want to do this, click OK. All right, now this block got created. Okay, so you just write this block as a Phillips screw top, what does it say again? Phillips flathead screw top. Okay, it should be saved. You can use it literally. All right, so confirm all the settings. Now here it says here, you go to the view, okay, and then you go here. So on this palette, right, click on the block. Okay, and this thing will showed up, right? Over there, once it showed up, you want to make sure you want to click on the repeat placement and everything else, like 1 1 1 and 0 angle. Okay, you might have a different angle from previous class. Make sure it's 0 angle. That's what they're saying that. Okay, you confirm all the settings are shown, and you confirm your repeat placement is there, right? You got it. And then select the insert button. Okay, here, see, this is called insert button. Everybody see that? Okay, select the insert button to browse for another drawing file, okay, which you'll be doing here. Now you got to go to the location. Remember, wherever you just saved it, you got to go to the location. This is what I saved it, right? Phillips flathead screw top. So I got it, right? And then what I'll be doing, I'm gonna click open. I did open it, right? Now what is happening? So place the screw head at one of the center line on the intersection. Where is my center line of the intersection? This is my center line of the intersection, right? I'm placing it, and then it says what? Continue placing copies of the block to the other two location. Okay, now I'd like to show you one more thing. You see, the original flathead screw top is still there. Remember, I choose the option retain. That's why it is still there. Does it make sense? Everybody got it, right? So that's the retain is doing, and I'm putting it on all these three space. Everybody. So continue placing, and then press escape once you're done. I did press escape, and that's the first part is done. The drawing also contains local block of the front view of the bolt, right? The block is named fillet flathead screw. What they're referring now, you see here, these are the things they're referring, right? Don't worry, I'll gonna go to that. But this part is done, so I'm gonna now do a walk around, see if you have this flathead top on the top of that top view. It's your turn. Did you assign block? Where did you save it? Did you save it? Phillips flathead screw top, and that's it. You good? Got it. You got it, right? Yeah. Sometimes they are confusing. Okay. See, the class, I believe the best way would be the way I'm doing, right? I'm finishing up with my pace. Those who need help, I'm doing it. And those who are advanced, they're doing like further, and then they do the project. So when they're here, they can ask me question. So this is probably the perfect arrangement. All right, so moving on. So we are in next phase, where it says here, you will create a global block of the Phillips flathead screw. Now we are done with the top head screw top, right? Now we are doing a global block. That was a local block. This will make it available to be inserted into other drawings, okay, not necessarily only this drawing. So what you do, you're going to go to the ribbon and then insert, and then this block definition and right block, the same thing. So I'm doing the right block. Everybody see that? Okay. And then once you're there, under the source, select the block, then select the flip flathead screw for the drop down list. Okay, so I'm gonna choose this, and you see I do have these two options. You should have two options. Okay, what would be choosing? Not the screw top, the screw only, Phillips flathead screw. Okay, that's what they're saying. So then the base point and the object areas are disabled. Okay, So this thing, base point and object, those are disabled as the way you are seeing, because those items are previously defined in local block definition, like this flathead screw that I'm assigning here is previously assigned already. So under the destination, click the browse button and browse to the location of the dataset file. Okay, so you want to go here, you would like to save it, okay, on the same location where you are saving stuff. Okay, so you can, what you're doing here, you're creating a global block, so you'll be using this later on different drawing. Does it make sense to everyone? Right now this screw, flathead screw, is part of this drawing 10.2.2a. Does it make sense? So now you were saving it to a destination at your choice, so you can later use it for different drawing. That's what exactly you are doing here. So you would like to do that and make sure it's inches and everything, and then you'd like to save it, right? So now that it gets saved, you press OK. Now see, most likely you'll be seeing nothing happen, but it got saved as a global block. Okay, so the block has been saved as a separate drawing file. Remember the location that you had, it got saved over there. Okay, finally you will open another drawing and insert the Phillips flathead screw blocks. Which drawing? The second one, this one. Make sense? All right, so this is 10.2.2 creating blocks 2b, and stage 4 you'd like to go view palettes and block, which in my case is open already. If your case it doesn't open, you want to go over there again and click on the block. That's what they're saying. Okay, and this should show up, and on that window you should make sure you have this thing like the scales, angle, and repeat placement. Those are like the way I have 1110, and repeat placement is on. Once you have that, then you want to go to the select insert button to the browse for the another drawing files, which is basically this thing they're saying. Okay, just like the way we did before. Select the file to insert, the dialog box appear. Okay, so which one you'd like to open? You would like to open, browse to the location of the dataset file, and then select Phillips flathead screw top. Okay, so you have two things, like the top and the screw. We're gonna first choose the top for the second drawing, which is this one, right? Okay, and then it's asking you, once you open that, place copies of the block at 4 centerline intersection as shown, which is this, as you can see here. So I'm gonna place them in 4 locations. Okay, and then once you're done, copies all over the places. Repeat the process 2 places, 2 copies of the Phillips flathead screw in the front section view. Okay, you can escape it and do the same again for this time Phillips flathead screw, right? We had just done with the top, so we're gonna do the screw now, and we're gonna make sure those are placed at the midpoint of those 2 holes here. Did you see? And then you'd like to save this drawing by pressing and escape, and then save the drawing. Okay, so we are actually done, and this one is the next page is for the homework. Okay, I'm gonna now do a quick walk around. I'll make sure everybody got it up to this. You're done with this one, right? Luminance chat, right? Jude, you're done. You're done. So there's a clue for you guys. Anytime you're done with this, I'm going to go really slow and make sure the process is clean. So you don't do once you're done with something, you can move on. Okay, don't do the good, so you can move to the next one. Okay, but by the way, the next one I'll be doing like next one is for that one. So you can move on to the next one. Okay, doesn't matter. So do the first one, you're done with that, you just move on. That one, that way you don't have to wait for me if the class is going to be like more okay. There's the head. Okay, you are done with this drawing. I'm sorry, I gotta catch up with this. Okay, so this one is a homework, okay, challenge exercise. Okay, we won't be doing it here. Okay, attaching external reference. So this is a new topic. We'll be doing it probably the last thing today, and then we'll be ending the class. So attaching an external reference. Let me talk a little bit about the theory, what we're seeing here. I did talk about them as well already in the PowerPoint. So first of all, what is this attaching reference refers here? It is like to attach a drawing as an external reference, and you'd like to learn how to update this reference file. Finally, you're going to learn how to unload, reload, and detach the external files. Okay, these are our goal. Okay, moving on. So where it's located? First of all, why it's needed? So this portion is really important. Okay, let me give you the highlights from this portion. So external reference xref is very similar to the block. One big difference, that's what the highlight I'd like to make. One big difference, what is that? External reference is linked to a source drawing file. Okay, if the source drawing file is modified in any way, the reference is updated. Okay, that's what important. Okay, so far the block, what we learned, the block doesn't update when the reference file update. Okay, but the reference block does that. This helps to ensure that most up-to-date version of the drawing is displayed. External reference aid collaboration as well. Multiple people can work on portion of the project at once, such as an electrical plumbing component of the building, okay, which can be attached into the overall floor plan. So it is so important. Okay, external reference. So bottom line here, when anything get updated, the whole thing will gonna get updated. Everything goes together. That's why this external reference is so important. So you'll be going here to deal with this insert reference and external reference. So you're gonna go here, insert reference and external reference. Here, click here. So as I was showing before, so once you're going to click this arrow point, it should show up this way. Okay, and then attach a drawing as an AutoCAD file. So you'd like to click here and you can draw attach file here, right? I did show to you how to attach a drawing right before already. So this is wherever your location is, you'd be finding whatever you'd like to attach. Say like the dining table I was showing before, right? All right, so then it says here, you know, whatever I was just showing it to you. Okay, I'll just move on. You just go to the location, and then this dining table, just the way they're showing, I'm keeping it as it is. Okay, so then they're saying, as with inserting blocks, the dialog box gives you the ability to adjust the scale and rotation of the attached drawing. Okay, so what it says here, you can change the scale, right? There's this scale, you see. So you can change the scale x, y, and z. So from 1 times to whatever times, or 0.5 times, 0.25 times. You have seen it before, right? So you can do the scale here, rotation here, all sorts of things. Another important thing. So next few slides, they're just explaining what you're seeing here. So attach and rotation and the angle, everything is here. You can also do it this way, specify on the screen. If you do the specify on the screen, you can literally change it on the screen. Remember, by modifying option. Okay, all right, and then it's talking about the reference type. So which is here? Is it an attachment or is it overlay? What are the difference between them? Okay, so you have they have examples here. One is for attachment, one is for overlay. Okay, so for attachment option, as you can see here, the difference appears when host is drawing is in turn attached to another drawing. What it means? Say like this drawing, if you'd like to use it in another drawing, then the attachment will gonna carry over, but the overlay will not gonna carry over. Okay, so that is the difference between these two options. Does it make sense? So if you attach some block with a drawing, existing drawing, you're going to use that drawing to other drawing, the attachment will always go with that. Okay, and the whole description is for that. Please read through that. All right, then the path type. Okay, and then it says whether the path type is full, relative, no path. Okay, those are here. In other words, full path means like the full address, right? Relative path means like the relative address, and no path means you are not assigning a path at all. So the block units, the final thing, it could be anything. I mean, usually it's default here inch, so you can change it that much. Okay, but you can change the factor, I believe. All right, so then press OK. So once you press OK, then you can literally place this dining table. Now see, this dining table is a little bigger for this drawing. I don't want to save it here. I do have another thing, a new exercise for that. We're going to talk about it shortly. Okay, let me move on. So updating the external reference. So that's the next point. What you're going to do, once the drawing is there, then it will going to show up here. Then you can change it from this bottom ribbon. Okay, we'll see it when time comes. For now, just let's move on. So there's these other things it talks about. If you right click that, okay, external reference can be temporarily removed from the drawing window by unloading it. So how to do that? In the external reference plate, right click on the name of the reference, right? I didn't quite saved it over there, that's why I couldn't do that. But once I have it over there, the dining table, I can right click and I can unload, I can reload. Okay, I can detach, all sorts of things I can do. Okay, again, we'll be learning it shortly, but I guess we can move into exercise. So we're going to learn it better. So everybody, I want you to open this 10.3.1. Okay. Okay, everybody should have this thing open. Yes. This thing. This is a drawing. Oh, the other dining table. Yeah, I'm coming back to that. So, but just to give you an idea, I mean, remember your the zip file that I uploaded. The dining table is over there. You got to unzip. You got to go to the location. That there is a dining table over there. Okay. Okay, so just move on here. Okay, so you gotta set the furniture as the current layer. I'm just following the leads for this 10.3.1. I'm gonna make sure the furniture is my current layer. Okay, I did put the furniture here, right? And then it says here you'll begin by opening the external reference palette. Okay, so which is insert reference external. Okay, so I'm gonna go here, insert reference. So you should be seeing this, everybody. And then you want to go here by attach drawing, which I'll be doing this attach drawing, right? And then I was just talking about it. You got to unzip that zip file, right? And you should be able to see the dining table here, right? That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. Like open this. And you should be seeing exactly similar to that. At this point, I'm going to do a walk around and I'll make sure everybody has it after this. Then you're following this. No, yeah, the homework will do it later. Follow this 10.3.1. The new thing I did. Okay. following this? Anyone? Everyone should learn now? Yeah, the homework you can do it later, but of it, everyone should learn now. That's the thing I'm teaching now. Okay, see, you go content, text materials, yeah, just say June. This is file, did you exhibit? You exhibit. If you try to follow what I'm saying, you don't start with something with homework. Otherwise, I literally have to do it every student separate. Okay, it's taking cost time. But now, when you start with that, if you have the book, read through the book, follow these steps. That is fine. You don't have to wait for me. Okay. If it's stopping, if you have the book, just follow the lead of the book. Okay. Did you say this thing before? have to move on. Yes, sir. Done? Alright, we can go as a reward today.
So
Start the project.
yeah, so what I
You just do the project.
Yeah.
Yep. So the first person done with the book is Amira. You are done with the book as well. You are done. Almost done. First person done with the book is Lucas. Okay, do a clap for him. Okay, Amira is very close. Very good. All right, moving on. Those who are done with the book, just immediately are done with the book, just start with the project. Okay, your own choice. If you'd like to do the project by myself, let me know. I'm going to assign a project to you as well. All right, so browse to the location of the dataset files, then select the dining table, which you did. Click open. Okay. The attach external reference dialog box appears. So this is what it should be appearing. So the scale section confirm specify on screen is disabled. Okay, so here this thing should be disabled. That's what they're saying. Okay, and XYZ are scale factor 1. Okay, that's what it says. The rotation specify on screen is disabled. This thing is disabled. All right, and the angle value should be 0. Okay, as you can see. In the insertion point section, confirm that specify on the screen is enabled. So that's what this thing is, specify on the screen is enabled. In the reference type section, confirm that the attachment is selected. So this is default attachment is selected. Okay, and then you press OK. All right, then what? Then select a centralized point in the dining room to place the dining table. Okay, so somewhere around here. Okay, the dining table drawing also appear in external reference palette, which you are seeing it now here, right? Everybody, that's what they're saying. Next, you'll modify the dining table and update the reference in the host drawing. How are you going to do the modification? So in the external reference palette, right click on the dining table, then select open. So right click, select open. All right, so you are here. So you now have the dining table here to modify. Okay, so then the dining table drawing file is open. Next, you will change the number of chairs at the table from 4 to 6. All right, how do you do that? Select one of the chair. All right, and then see this number of items came 4, so you're going to change it to 6. Okay, so it says a array ribbon tab will going to show up in the ribbon, and then you can change it to any number you want. You see, I change it to 6, and then save, then close the dining table drawing file. So I'm going to save this and close the array. All right, moving on. So you are returned to the host drawing file, which is here. That a message is displayed in the status bar indicating that the reference file has changed, which did came here before. Select the reload dining table. All right, so it should be coming here. The reference file has been changed and reloading. And showing a new version of the 6 chairs. Okay. All right, so see, so you are in this dining table here, right? So once you change it to 6, and now you're going to come to the 10.3.1 again, okay, and the external reference file was created. That's what it was showing here, right? Just 1 second. All right, so you gotta reload this. Select reload the dining table. So you wanna right click here and reload, okay, and then you see number of chairs from 4 to 6 will appear. Okay, let me finish a little bit more, then I'm gonna walk around and will help you if you have any question. The external reference is updated. Angel, your question solved? Does it get updated to 6 now?
No.
So you gotta come back here, reload it. 10.3.1. Does it help? No? Okay, coming to you, just 1 second. Showing the new vision of the 6 chairs. Next, you will use the multiple methods to remove reference drawing. So in the external reference plate, right click on the dining table, then select the unload. Okay, so we're going to do that. Before that, let me make sure everybody has the 6 chairs. As I said, like you have both, you can move on, okay? Just follow the instructions. have 6 chairs. I'd like to see 6 chairs, right? I'm not seeing 6 chairs. You move on. Move. 6 chairs. I'd like to see 6 chairs. Jude, you have 6 chairs. Ryan, you have 6 chairs.
Yeah.
Okay. Amelia, you are done with the book?
Yeah.
Congratulations. Okay, start with the project from next class, right? What do you have in mind for project?
I'm not sure. When I'm free, I can come.
Okay. Yeah, talk with me, okay? All right, moving on. All right, so what we're doing here. So then, once you are done with the 6 chairs in the external reference palette, right click on the dining table, then select unload, okay, which we are doing. All right, once you did that, the dining table is removed from the screen, right? That's what you're saying. However, the reference still exists and the dining table can be reloaded anytime. All right, in the external reference palette, right click on the dining table and select reload. So we are learning what? How to do unload and reload. Okay, all right, perfect. The dining table is once again displayed on the original location. Okay, select the dining table in the drawing window, then press delete. It just goes away, right? If you'd like to erase it. So the dining table is removed from the drawing. However, the reference still exists. You see, the dining table is still there. And the status is displayed as unreferenced. You see, the status is unreferenced here. To completely delete a reference file, you will detach it. Okay, so select Quick Access Toolbar, which is here. All right, and then it says here, once again display the reference dining table. Undo to once again display the reference dining table. Okay, so in the external reference palette, right click on the dining table and select detach. So now you are not seeing it anymore, right? So you did learn what? You did learn how to upload, how to unload, how to detach, how to reload. All those options you learned right here. You did learn how to modify the drawing as well. All right, so select the Quick Access Toolbar, okay, which is here. Quick Access Toolbar. Okay, undo to once again display the reference drawing file. You see, I'm undoing it. The reference drawing file will get displayed, and save the drawing. Okay, we're gonna be saving it with the dining table. Okay, so basically all those prompts that I was talking about it to give you the reference for the unloading, reloading, detaching, okay, reloading, all those options, right? And how to get this thing to its original thing. Okay, so then this one would be your homework, 10.3.2. Everybody see that? So that one would be your homework, and this part of the lesson is done. Now the next one would be importing the PDF file. Okay, and this one I think I should be skipping this today. So my plan is to finish that in next class. Okay, and next class means week 11 lecture 1, and finish this next chapter on that class. And those who are interested, or maybe I do have some time left. If you guys are okay, I can finish this as well, so that way I can finish chapter 10 completely. Okay, all right, so after you're done with that, let me close that, and then you're gonna go to insert, then PDF import. Okay, That's where the PDF import is. So this is the PDF file. So PDF file, AutoCAD drawing with others. So you'd like to share the PDF file with others. Anyone can open a view as a PDF file as a free viewer. Occasionally it might be necessary to modify drawing, but the original AutoCAD file is not accessible. Only the PDF file is. In that case, PDF can be imported directly to AutoCAD, and elements such as line, arcs and text will be converted to AutoCAD drawing files. So we'll be learning in this section how to import the AutoCAD file, how to import the PDF and convert it to AutoCAD. Okay. So PDF import command is located at where I was saying, like, you know, you got to go insert and PDF import. Selecting a PDF import command will display the PDF file dialog box, which is this. If I'm going to click that, so that's a select a PDF file. Okay, and selecting a PDF import command will going to display this, which looks very similar to the open dialog box. Here you can browse for the location of the PDF file and press open. Okay, next you import PDF dialog box is displayed. The dialog box provide many different options to control what happens to the drawing object is as they are imported. Each option is discussed value. Okay, once you're going to select a PDF, and then all those options are going to show up, which you're going to see it in exercise. All right, PDF data to import. So there are some options that you're going to choose: vector geometry, true type text, raster image, layers, use the PDF layers or the current layers, and all those things that you can change. Okay. Import objects, like the options: import as a block, import as the arc segment, hatches, and all those things. Okay, basically would be doing exercise. So this is the first one that would be doing. Okay, so in this exercise you're going to import the PDF file multiple times to learn several of the options that are available in this process. So you want to open this drawing file 10.4.1. Let me finish chapter 10 anyway. So next week we can start chapter 11. Next week we should be able to finish chapter 11, 12. Okay, so it says here, go here and open 10.4.1. all right, so you did open that, and you will begin by importing the PDF copy of the mechanical drawing. So you want to go to the select, insert, then PDF import. Okay, and then select the PDF file dialog box appear. So this is what they're saying. Browse to the location of the dataset file, then select 10.4.1 section palette drawing. Okay, so you want to go here to download, here, so if you're going to go here, this 10.4.1 PDF section plates, that one you're going to have the option. So you're going to open this. Okay, everybody have it open just the way I had. You know where it's located, to the data set where your original files are, right? Everybody got it? 10.4.1. Okay, perfect. So the import PDF dialog box appears, which is this. There are several options that can be adjusted. What are them? You will import the PDF, explore the results, undo the import, okay, and then import again with different settings. Okay, so many things you can do. You will do the several times to understand the options that are available to import the PDF files in this exercise. Okay, so let's start with that. In the location section, so there are this location section, right, of the import dialog box. Confirm the specify insertion point on the screen is disabled. Scale is set to 1 and rotation is set to 0. So this one is disabled. Specify the section or point on the screen. The scale is 1, rotation is 0 degree. This will cause the PDF to import it to the origin 00 full scale, okay, and is in original orientation. So in the PDF data to import section, enable the vector geometry, solid fills, and true type text. Okay, so here, so vector geometry, solid fills, and true type text, PDF data to import. So these options needs to be chosen. In the layer section, select the use PDF layer options. So this is the first option. In the import section, disable all the options. So import section, we're going to disable import as a block, join line, convert solid, apply lightweight, infer line types, all those things should be disabled. You should click OK, and this drawing should show up to you, right? The PDF is now in a drawing file. All right, so then what? Select the layer control drop down menu, which is this, okay, and then the PDF file is important based upon the selected settings. So select the layer control drop down list, which is this. Each layer that existed in the PDF file has been created in the host drawing with the prefix PDF. Okay, as you can see, all of this PDF with the prefix PDF, like PDF creator, PDF dimension, all those layers are created this way. So this occurs because use PDF layers option was selected in the import process for the layers. Using measure distance command, okay, confirm that the height of the front view is 1.5 and the width is 4.75. Now there are different views here, right? So this one is the front view, this one is the top view, these are the side views, right? So they said confirm that this 4.75 and 1.5, the height and the width are the same. You remember one of the lecture was for measure, right? You're gonna use that, and if you're gonna move the mouse, like there are different options to do the measure. If you're gonna do the distance, right, from this point to this point, you should be saying 4.5, right? As you can see, 4.75. So it should be saying that the distance it's showing 4.75 is verified. So that's what they're saying. Just go here, distance. You see, it should be saying 1.56. I didn't quite choose the right way, so let me try to do it again. So distance. Yeah, 1.5. Sorry, I was choosing something different. Okay, so this part is done, and the PDF was inserted as a scale of 1, so all the dimensions should be accurate. Remember, you had the options to choose the dimension. You see what I'm doing? There's the last section for this chapter, PDF, okay, if everybody's with me. All right, so the PDF was, so select one of the dimension. So select this dimension, I'll be choosing. All right, select one of the dimension. Okay, notice that the dimension was not brought to as AutoCAD dimension, okay, but is instead separate lines and text. You see, if you're going to choose, everything is separate, right? It was not like dimension before. So press escape in the keyboard to deselect. Select one of the hatch pattern. See, if I'm going to select one of the hatch pattern, just one line get created. But when we learn the hatching, remember, it was not like that. We can separate the hatch, but it was not like that, right? So it is what we're seeing it here. So it just tells you, like, you know, you verify that the hatch line, the dimension line is not like regular AutoCAD files, right? Select one of the lines along the curve side. Okay, so let's select one of the line along the curve side. All right, I have these two lines get selected. Okay, so notice that each dash line. Okay, where we are? Sorry. Notice that only one or two lines are selected rather than the entire outline. Okay, so as you're seeing, like two lines get selected. If you're going to click, one line gets selected. See, everything is disjoint. Okay, selecting one of the hidden lines. So say like these are the hidden lines. You see, only one dotted line gets selected. Okay, so that's what they're saying. Okay, select the quick access toolbar, undo until the imported PDF disappear. Okay, so here quick access toolbar. You see, undo until this thing get disappeared. Okay, okay. Next, you will import the PDF file again, but you will adjust some option and observe their effect on the resulting geometry. What it says here, just you know, you're gonna go to the insert again, PDF import. Okay, 10.4.1. okay, now you'll be changing some of the options. Okay, so what are the options that you'll be changing? In the layer section, select the current layer. So you'll be changing in the layer option the current layer. Okay, then in the import option, enable the join line, arc segment, apply lightweight properties, infer line types from the collinear dash options, disable all others. So basically you're gonna choose these three options under these import options. Click OK. You'll be clicking OK. Alright, now you can verify it. Select the layer control drop down list. So you now go to the layer control drop down list. You see it doesn't have any layer. All object has been inserted to layer 0. Everything is under layer 0. Okay, there is no more layer. This occurs because the current layer option was selected in the import process. Okay, select one of the lines along the outside edge of the top line. Okay, so see, if you're going to select one of the line, you see the whole geometry gets selected. All right, so that's the benefit of that. So notice the entire outline is selected. Okay, this occurred because join line and arc segment option was enabled. Press escape. All right, then select one of the hidden lines. Okay, let's see what happened with the hidden lines. All right, so this time notice that each hidden line is selected as one object. Okay, as you can see, it's not like one individual hidden lines. So view the properties of the selected line as ribbon home properties. So you want to go to the home and then properties. Okay, notice that the lightweight has imported. Okay, go to the properties. You see one second again. Go to the properties. Okay, now see this thing is pretty much the same what you're seeing in the screen. So once you're here the select one of the hidden lines. Okay, notice that each hidden line is selectable. So this occurs because you choose the infer line type from collinear dashes. Okay, so then once you are in properties, notice that the lightweight has imported. Okay, so this lightweight, so you see out of this all those weights 0.3 was imported, right? So that's what it says. Option was selected. Apply this occurred because apply lightweight properties was option was selected. Okay, press escape. Okay, now select the quick access toolbar, undo until the import of PDF gone. So this thing they're saying again. Okay, so then they're saying import the PDF again, which is go under insert. All right, so we're in this screen again. Okay, so this time in the location section you're going to specify the insertion point on the screen. Okay, so you're going to specify the insertion point on the screen. Then in the layer section create the object layer options. So you're going to create the object layer options. In this import section you're going to select everything, import as a block, convert solids, infer, everything. Okay, and then click OK. Okay, now you have the options where you'd like to put it, right? So say like you want to put it here somewhere. Okay, select the layer control. So you want to go to the layer. You now see you have these layers pop up. So this is the same way that they're showing. So layers have been created based on the type of the object that existed in the PDF file. This occurs because create object layers option was selected in the import process. So you have the geometry, solid fields, and text. Okay, so you see these three different types. So geometry means the outlines, solid fields means these sections, right? And text is like whenever you have this text, like these sections and everything that you're seeing here, right? All right, select any portion of the drawing. The entire drawing is selected. So if you're gonna select any portion, you see everything gets selected. Because it was imported as a block, the whole thing is a block. Okay, then you wanna press escape and save to the drawing. Okay, and that's it. That's it from chapter 10. I feel like I should be finishing it up, and this one is for the homework, the last one. You see, homework 11 could be chapter, chapter 10, whatever problems, the challenge exercise has. I didn't do it. Okay, so I'll make a official homework PDF as like before. Okay, everybody, and I'll see you all on Monday. Okay, and you see, don't miss the class because When you're going to come to the class, you're going to initiate with the class case. But if you're done with the class case, right, everything here, then you can start with the project. So it's for your own benefit. If you're going to stay at home, you're going to be simply losing these 2 hours. You're going to have a hard time to find these 2 hours again. You know that, right? So it's better for you to be here rather than sleeping or doing whatever you're doing at home. Okay? As you've seen, like I didn't bother. If you are done, you can work with your own pace. Okay? Use the class time. I will not gonna be bothering you. Okay?